my channel. So today's video, I kind of wanted to do like a get ready with me video and kind of tell you a little bit about myself. Since this is a newer channel, I'm getting more subscribers, and I just wanted to take that time to kind of welcome you into my world. So what I'm going to do is kind of just go about my normal makeup routine, but I will list everything that I'm using in the description box below. I just don't want it to get too lengthy if I'm explaining every single product I use. So I'm going to go ahead and start my routine. So this is one product I did want to talk about. I got this from Beautylish. It's called, it's from a company called The Ordinary. It's hyaluronic acid serum. It's just to help kind of moisturize the skin and plump everything up. And I have some discoloration in parts of my skin, and I just kind of wanted all the help I can get with getting my skin back to where I want it to be. Sorry, I wanted to zoom you in a little bit more so you could see actually what was going on in my face. So the next product I'm going to go through and follow up with is also from The Ordinary. It is a natural moisturizing hydration formula. So it says to be put on after the serum. Both of these products I got on Beautylish, and I'm going to see how that works for me. So I am 26. I live in Pennsylvania, and I am a single mom of 2 kids. I have 2 little girls. I have a 5-year-old and a 13-month-old, almost 14 months actually, and they are amazing. They are literally just the reason why I go through everything that I go through, and the reason why I do everything that I do. So sometimes you might hear a baby crying in the background. When I film, it's a little difficult to film when you have an adventurous small person who wants to be part of everything. So she goes down for nap time. In this time I put on some baby shows, and she goes down, and sometimes she's a little resistant to the whole idea of napping. So sometimes you might hear her protesting in the background, but I assure you she is perfectly fine. She is just in a mood. The shirt I have on says Mom Life, and that's my answer to pretty much everything. If my baby's crying, Mom Life. If my 5-year-old is having a diva moment, Mom Life. It's just kind of what I signed up for, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I'm just dabbing on my foundation with a damp sponge that I bought from Sephora. I love it. It's such a good sponge. News in my life. So I just enrolled in a beauty academy, and it has a really good reputation around the area. I just enrolled in it. I start July 11th. I'm going for the cosmetology program. I definitely want to do freelance makeup artistry, and I want to, improve all of my makeup clientele, but I also want to have other choices and other abilities and specialties that I can do. I'm just really excited. I think it'll be nice to get a license in the field that I want to be in, and just be able to move forward in that. Little known fact, I used to work at a large hospital in the area. That's what I did for majority of the last few years. So this is going to be a little bit different for me than healthcare, but I feel like it's all a similar experience, that you just have to take care of the people that you are in charge of taking care of, I guess you could explain it like that. Obviously healthcare is such an amazing profession, and I have so many amazing friends that are still in the healthcare industry, and I think that it's so honorable of them, and I love them to pieces. My path for my life is taking me elsewhere. That's just kind of how I look at it. So, and I've been really, you know, excited about everything that's been going on with my YouTube channel and with all my subscribers that I'm getting. And that's just, it's such a great thing for me to see. It makes me so happy. I have always struggled with self-confidence. I've always been a bigger girl. I've always struggled with self-confidence and self-worth. And putting myself out there has not been easy. And I am just so happy that it's been working out in my favor. And it's just like one of those things where you question yourself what your worth is, where you're supposed to be, and especially if you are like me and have had failed relationships and are raising kids by yourself, like you question yourself and all of your choices that you make, and then something comes together and pieces fall into place, and it's just like, okay, so maybe I'm not a total mess, and maybe I'm not completely devoid of any kind of worth. So I used for my under eye the just a translucent setting powder, but I also used the Cake and Bake sponge from Veramona and Sephora. If you want to see what that is about, I have a video of first impressions on that and using that for the very first time. So yeah. So I'm going to contour a wee bit. I actually most of the time use concealer, just a darker concealer, and it works for me. I don't do a lot because I'm not like, I don't know, I'm not a hyper contourer, but I do, you know, some. I don't contour every day either. I think everybody contours differently. I think that there is no perfect right way to do it. But then again, with makeup, there is no perfect right way to do anything. It is an art, and you do it the way that it works for you and your skin. Nobody knows you better than you. So that's what I like about makeup. No one who does makeup professionally or who is on YouTube is exactly alike. There is no mold to fit in, and I think that's one thing that I've struggled with, that there's like a mold that you're supposed to fit in this world, but YouTube, there is no mold. There just isn't. There's just like all kinds of people, different shapes and sizes, different backgrounds, different genders, you know, and everybody is just, they're who they want to be, and nothing's holding them back. And I think that that's just like completely amazing. And it's just like one of those things where you're like, wow, that's just a group of people I want to be a part of. That's something that I want to be involved in. I want that freedom and that liberation to be what I want to be and not have any constraints and not have anybody judging me for how I look or how I feel. I'm a big girl from Pennsylvania who has short ass curly hair. I don't have the long flowy locks. Sometimes, yeah, I want that. Sometimes I think, okay, maybe I should start wearing wigs, you know, and kind of experiment with my hair. All growing up, I wanted to look like everyone else and be like everybody else. But here's a newsflash for myself. I'm not like everybody else. Ever since I kind of like came to grips with that a little more, it's honestly been the best thing for me and so good for my psyche and so good for how I feel about myself. Just kind of giving up that whole idea that I need to be something else than what I am now. And I think that is so important. If you're not happy with something about yourself that you can actually change, then change it if it's something that you want to change. But if you struggle with changing it, or it's like too much and it consumes you to change it, then just let it be. Like maybe you're not ready. Like maybe you're not ready to be that, or maybe you weren't supposed to be that or feel that way. I don't know, it's just kind of how I feel about it, I guess. So I got these highlighter sticks. Let me contour a little bit while I'm talking. I got these highlighter sticks from NYX. They're, like I said, they're the Strobe of Genius strobing sticks. So they're holographic strobing sticks. But they are like, and I swatched them a little bit for myself, they are very much like a balmy texture. They're not powdery at all. So I'm like, okay, so I have to be careful. I can't set my face before I put them on because they're gonna mess with my powder. So I think I'm going to put them on with my blush, and then I'm gonna go from there. I'm going to use a Super Shock cheek blush today. I'm gonna use the Sonia Esmond one from my Sonia Esmond collection video. If you're interested in seeing how that worked out, I have a video on there. Check that out. So when I did the video, I put my blush on with a regular blush. Then I watched somebody else's video and they said that this is a Super Shock cheek formula and it's like a softer moldable formula. Let's see if you can see this. You can put an indentation in it. It's weird. You can kind of mold it. So since it's not like a normal powder, that just to use like a dense brush and dab it on your face. So I'm gonna try that and see if that works. Since because it isn't a powder, it's a different formula completely, and I'm gonna see if I get some good color out of it. I don't know, let's see what happens. Oh, wow, okay, cool. That's really nice. I didn't do that in my video, so if it looked like the blush was, you know, not what you expected, maybe it was user error. I don't know. Because I really like how it's laying out the color now. So for this Sonia Esmond Super Shock Cheek, if you did purchase it or you're wondering how best to put it on, use a dense brush like this and dab it on your face like that, and you'll get some great color. Because look at that, that's so great. Okay, I'm happy with that. That's nice, I like that. Okay, so the next product I'm going to use is these new sticks from NYX. Like I said, I purchased them with my own money. Excuse me. I purchased them with my own money. They're $9 a piece. They are not yet available. I got powder on my phone. But like I said, there are two colors. Mermaid Armor, which is a pink pearl color, and Electric Invasion is a blue pearl color. So I'm going to swatch these on my arm so you can see the difference. But I think today I'm going to use the Mermaid Armor color. But let me swatch them so you can see. So when you put them on your skin, they're very, it feels almost like you're putting on a chapstick. It's got that kind of creamy formula that I kind of see in those little EOS balls. It kind of reminds me of that, and they have just kind of like a rounded tip on the top. So to me, it looks just kind of subtle, little subtle glow there. It didn't do much for my nose or above my cupid's bow or even my chin. It just didn't do much. And then if you look at this, I'm gonna push it up. See, it advances kind of like a chapstick, but I'm gonna push it up so you can see. Okay, if you look at the tip, kind of brownish. It took up foundation when it laid down the color. So it definitely, you definitely have to be careful. It does lift some product up when it puts down color. So that's gonna make, but I'm gonna see how it works when I set my foundation with powder, because I like to go over my face with some powder after I put all my cream stuff on So I'm going to see if it actually survives this. I feel like the shine is not as good as it was before I put powder on, but I kind of expected that, I guess. So they're interesting. I think that I would maybe use these more if I wasn't setting my face with powder, and if I wasn't going to use powder products over it. I don't know if I would use them in my every single day routine, but like if you're going somewhere where you're not as worried about setting your face with powder, then maybe use them. I'm just trying to see, I keep looking at the viewfinder, I'm just trying to see if I see some shine. Yeah, there's not much shine left. I feel like I went over it with my powder and it just kind of went away. But I didn't want to put it over the powder because I thought, okay, so maybe it's going to mess up my powder if I put it on afterwards. Usually they say don't mess with cream products and powder and put on cream after powder, and this is a creamy formula. So I'm a little confused about these. I'm going to keep trying them and experimenting with them, and I will kind of update, I guess, as I go along. So what I'm going to do, since I like powder, since I like a good highlight, you know me, I like to sparkle, I'm going to go into the Carly Bible palette and get one of her amazing highlights and put it over. Maybe I'll build it up a little bit. Maybe it's a good foundation to build up. So I'm going to use Bible, I see you. I see what you're doing for my highlighting life. I see that you are just trying to take over my life and keep me away from my Colourpop highlighters, girl. Okay, so next I'm going to go into my eyebrows. People have been asking me a little bit on Facebook or social media about my brows, and I will show you a little bit of how I do it. I'm going to do a dedicated eyebrow tutorial. I think that's going to be one of my next projects because I don't know, I just do my eyebrows. So I'm going to go into the eyes now. I don't know what I want to do. I'm envisioning, I have a vision. I envision a red lip today because I'm wearing black and white stripes and a black choker, and I'm just envisioning a red lip, and I don't know what kind of eye I want to do. So I'm thinking what else I can tell you about myself. I was adopted at the age of 2 months, but about a couple years ago I found my birth family, and it was just strange because, well, I found members of my birth family. It was a little strange because I've lived pretty much like less than an hour away from them for my entire life, and none of us crossed paths like it just didn't, it was weird. I was like, how does that happen? Like, you know, they've been so close for so long, and it just never, we never found each other before now, or before 2014. So it's funny. I don't really have, like, I mean, I have a relationship with them at this point, but it's not, I don't know, it's not what you would think of like a family. It's just kind of, I don't know, I feel bad because some of them might be watching, but I am trying to be real to myself and my story, and it's not like a conventional family where we get together for holidays and stuff. It just isn't. There's just a lot of stuff that's gone on in the family, and it's just, I don't know, it's odd. My adopted mother had always told me that don't have like high expectations of what it's gonna be, you know what I mean? And I have not, and I think that saved me a lot of disappointment and a lot of heartbreak, because some of it's a little difficult. So some of it's been disappointing. So I'm just happy that I did not have too high of too unrealistic. I'm not gonna say high. I'm gonna say unrealistic, because that's a little better. An unrealistic expectation of what a great, gigantic, happy family it was going to be. But I'm extremely, you know, blessed with the family that I have. My oldest daughter, her family, or her extended family, is just kind of been my family. They are just, I could not be who I am today without their help. And that's just kind of how it is. I really just don't know where I would be without them. So I'm so thankful for that. And then I have some amazing friends who are just like my lifeblood. I have a really good friend. I basically consider her just, you know, she's awesome. She's been there since pretty much since we were kids, and she's so supportive, and I love her. And she's also in the beauty industry, and she's just like super encouraging of everything I do. And then I have a friend that I haven't known as long as my other one, but she is literally just you know, a soul sister, honestly. Like, we're so similar in our weirdness, and we get along so well, and she's so good with my kids and so good to my kids that it's just, you know, kind of a blessing. And they make up for the fact that I don't really have sisters that are close to me. And, you know, and I feel bad because I always, you know, always kind of am careful not to hurt people, and, you know, careful not to like say things that are gonna like upset anyone. But at the end of the day, it is my story. I have gone through a lot in my life, and at this point in my life, if you are a person that doesn't feel like they can be in my life and, you know, stay true to my story and all that stuff, and be good to be around and be good for my kids to be around, then there's no place in my world for you. And that's just kind of how I am. I'm extremely protective of my children because I did not have an experience growing up with a mother who was extremely protective with her child. She unfortunately did not, and this would be my adopted mother, did not protect me in the way that I think that children should be protected by their parents. And I have taken that, so in many ways I thank her, because I've taken that and I have said, okay, this is exactly what I don't want to be like, and I am fiercely protective of my children. I don't want to just sound like I'm bitter at all about things that have happened growing up, because I'm really not. I have moved past it, and I have moved to a place where I'm just so much happier with everything now. And I also kind of feel that if I hadn't had some of the experiences that I have, and some of it's a little too intense for me to speak about, but some of the experiences that I had, if I had not had them, I would not be the woman I am today. Alright, I'm gonna finish my lower lash line and put on mascara, and I will be right back. Alright guys, I am back. I put some mascara on, but I was like, meh, you don't need to watch me struggle with mascara. So I'm gonna go put on a little lip liner pencil. So, like I said, I don't say anything that I, was saying about myself to, get pity or because I'm bitter in any way. It just kind of happened in my life. I'm just so thankful for where I am now. Alright guys, that's it for this Get Ready With Me today. I hope you liked getting ready with me. I hope you liked my stories. I just wanted to give you guys a little tour inside of my world as far as getting to know me a little bit more. If you like this video and want to see more from me, please subscribe to my channel. I've got so much to share with you guys and so many more videos to do. If you like this video in particular, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to know the moment I upload a video, please hit the bell icon and you'll be alerted the moment / nanosecond that I upload a video. As always guys, thanks for watching the makeup kit. That's me, the one and the only, and I will see you in the next video.